Welcome back. Today we are in Austria as we start our hiking segment of our road trip around Europe.
Today we are hiking just outside of Schladming through an alpine meadow. It has been absolutely beautiful so far. And then tomorrow we're gonna drive to Innsbruck, and then from Innsbruck we're gonna do another hike.
So this trail leads up to a mountain lake. It's about 13 miles and we finally got a beautiful day. It's been so hit or miss with the rain. We just feel so lucky to be out here hiking in the Alps today.
All right, so we're halfway up to the lake, which means we're about a quarter of the way through the hike. We have now left the meadow down below and we're starting our ascent up, and it has gotten much warmer now that we're going uphill. We don't have too much further to go though. Like, we have done a lot of the mileage. It's just a lot of elevation now. So far, it's been a great hike.
So we just crossed this massive suspension bridge that goes over a waterfall. It's so beautiful and probably the longest and highest suspension bridge I've ever been on. Super fun little hike. We have made it to the top. We have an unreal view of the lake with the mountains surrounding it, and there's even little cows chilling by the lake. It is so beautiful. I love the Alpines. This is amazing. We have a waterfall on our left. It could not be a more perfect day. And we are refueling with our honey and peanut butter sandwiches. Perfect picnic spot, in my opinion.
We have now left the lake and are making our way down the hill back to the alpine meadows to walk all the way back to our car, but we had a great time up at the lake.
So we're pretty sure that we saw a movie being filmed. There was like a whole set and crew that was set up down on the lake. It was interesting to watch. Have no idea what was going on there, but now we're just heading back down the hill and back through the meadows to our car for the day. So it's 11 miles later and we have made it back to the car. It's a very nice hike, but we are now driving back to our Airbnb, which is a super cute one on the side of a mountain with the most beautiful view of an alpine valley below. But we're gonna go pack up, hit the hay, because tomorrow we're getting up early to go to Innsbruck so that we can start hiking again nice and early, as well as explore another beautiful town here in Austria. It is now the next morning and we are up and getting packed up to leave because today we are road tripping about 4 hours over to Innsbruck. We're also going to be going to some lakes and doing some hiking today. So it's going to be another absolutely beautiful day here in the Alps.
first we're making a little detour. So right now we're actually in Germany. We're doing a hike called the Parnat Gorge hike, which is just a beautiful hike through a canyon. And then after this, we're gonna go see a lake. And the reason we're stopping in Germany first before we continue through Austria is because right now we're only about 60 kilometers away from Innsbruck, and we are 600 kilometers away from Berlin. And Berlin is where we're going to be visiting later when we come back to Germany in about a month. So since I was driving throughout Germany, we actually got to drive on the Autobahn, which is a lot of fun. We actually met a German couple at our last Airbnb that let us know that the Autobahn isn't like a specific road. Rather, it's just like a certain type of road. It's a lot like the US interstate, or basically where there are 4 lanes, 2 lanes going in either direction with like a ditch in the middle. And that is what the Autobahn is. And then in most parts of the Autobahn, there is no speed limit. But now we're here at the hike and we're gonna continue our way to the gorge. I'm gonna just stand here in the natural AC for a moment. It's pretty hot out there in the sun, but right here, strong wind and it's very cool.
So we are almost done with this cute little hike, and next we're hopping back in the car and driving to Lake Eibsee, where we're hoping to jump in and cool off a little bit. It looks like another gorgeous alpine lake, and we are lucky that we have another beautiful day.
So we were just walking back to our car and we walked by this, and it's obviously from the Olympics, and I never realized just how high up the skiers start when they're doing like the big jump. That is insane. Like, I would be far too terrified to go down that thing.
So we are now at beautiful IBC Lake. It is an alpine lake not far away from the hike we were just at, and it is so beautiful because it is crystal clear. There's pine trees all around it, and then there is mountains also almost every way you look. It is more built up than I thought, but we just took a very refreshing polar plunge dip that really cooled us off after our hike, and it also got really windy, so it's actually freezing. We are going to head back to Austria now after this little dip into Germany. So we are now in the cute little town of Innsbruck, and we found a cute little stop for supper tonight. It's actually really popular and towards the middle of the square. It's called Stiltskeller is what the restaurant is, and I got some traditional beef goulash. So this restaurant has traditional Tyrolean meals, and so there's a lot of meat and potatoes. This is beef goulash with a pretzel dumpling. It smells amazing, and I got pretty chilled after jumping in the lake, so this looks like a warm, hearty, perfect dish to warm up again. All right, now it's time to try the dumpling. Also, really good. A very cozy, homey little meal to end the day.
So I was originally gonna get like another sausage and sauerkraut dish. However, I got to thinking, I was like, that's actually pretty common in Minnesota. Like, there's a lot of sauerkrauts, a lot of sausages, bratwurst in Minnesota. So I was like, I'm gonna try something else. And so I got this egg noodle dish with some cheese on it. Honestly, it looks more like macaroni and cheese, so maybe it's not that exotic, but it does look really good. It's egg noodles, cheese, there's some fried onion on top, green onion. So honestly, it does taste quite a bit like mac and cheese. Like, the actual taste a little bit different, but like the whole texture and just like all the resemblance is mac and cheese. So I guess not as exotic as I thought I was gonna get tonight.
So the moment we've finally been waiting for, which is an apple strudel, which by many is considered to be the national dish of Austria. It's often mistaken for having origins from Germany. However, the oldest recorded recipe for apple strudel was found in a cookbook here in Austria and is now kept at the Vienna Town Hall Library from 1679. So very old history. We got one that's doused in custard. You can also get ones that have whipped cream with them, but look at how much custard. Oh my gosh, this looks so good, and it smells amazing too. Okay, wow, that is so good. The apples are warm, the layers are flaky, there's powdered sugar on top, the custard is yummy and kind of tastes like vanilla. We waited too long to have a strudel here in Austria, and I'm hoping it won't be our last. It is the next morning. We are back in the Alps hiking. We drove about 2 hours. Or an hour and a half.
It was definitely long enough. Google Maps kept rerouting us to random places. I don't think Google liked this like random mountain road that we were trying to go down. But we did finally make it.
So we drove from Innsbruck and now we're at Oprah Hut. I'm not quite sure how to say it. Oprah Hut, I think so. What it is a beautiful suspension bridge over an alpine lake, which sounds amazing to us. So we are heading up the trail right now to get to the beautiful suspension bridge.
Day 3 of hiking here in Austria.
Yeah, day 3 of hiking in Austria/Germany.
We are starting to get quite tired.
Yeah, we're getting tired, so we're not gonna lie. We're gonna be a little lazy today. There's an 8-mile hike loop that you can do here. However, we're just going to hike to the suspension bridge and back. Super lame, I know, but
Still 4 miles and like 1,500 feet of elevation.
we're getting really toasted. Our legs are pretty tired. There's no point in hiking if we're not enjoying it, so I don't think we'd enjoy 8 miles today. So we're taking it a little easier. So we are almost to the bridge. The beautiful lake is behind me. There is a huge waterfall over here, and this is a little bit of a quieter trail than we've been on here so far on our hikes here in Austria.
The biggest difference between hiking here and in Alaska is here, halfway through your hike, you can order fried bacon and fried eggs on top of a mountain. I kind of like this. To be fair, this also doesn't happen when you go on hikes in Alaska. Never been surrounded by cows when getting back to my car after a hike.
Our hike is done. We're surrounded by cows, which just kind of sums up Austria. Cows getting a little too close for comfort. Anyway, this ends our hiking in Austria. Tomorrow we're actually going to 4 different countries in Europe, so make sure to stay tuned for that as we continue our European road trip.